Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over one of the more recent trades that Kent Hughes has done, which has had quite a big impact on the team. Now, quickly, just before I get into the video, if you are new here and you do love Habs news, Habs rumors, Habs content, all of that good stuff, I make daily videos and I'm currently trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. Now, without further ado, let's get into that trade. About a year ago, we had Petry on the team, and he was our best offensive defenseman until he turned absolutely horrible for a season. As we know, the 2021 season was a mess for the Canadiens, and Petry had his worst year by far. On top of that, his family wanted to stay in the States, and it made it a really uncomfortable and not ideal situation at all for the poor guy. So now you have someone who has absolutely zero value. You have zero leverage on him because he wants to leave. What do? Well, if you're Kent Hughes, in fact, you send him away with a young centerman who isn't really going to pan out to be anything more than a third or fourth line center, aka Ryan Poehling. It was unfortunate to see him go, but we sent those two away to the Pittsburgh Penguins in return for a 4th round pick and Mike Matheson. And you know what? I've had mixed emotions about this trade since the beginning up until now, and I'm going to tell you all of them. When it first happened, I was highly disappointed because I didn't really look at the big picture. I kind of just saw how Ben Sherratt got flipped for a absolute haul, and seeing that Petry, who once upon a time had like an exponentially higher amount of value than Ben Sherratt, got traded for not even a first-round pick, it really bothered me. I was upset, but you know what? I got over it. I also didn't watch a lot of Penguins hockey, so I didn't really know what Mike Matheson was all about. But once the training camp came around and the preseason games started, I saw what Mike Matheson was about, and I was a big fan of it. We saw his skating, which was like perfection. You know, you see his physicality, a bonus, which is something Petry did not have. And with those two traits, I was a pretty happy camper. Now, unfortunately, Matheson couldn't start the season on time because of injuries. And then when he came back from injuries, I was not happy at all. He was looking like Chris Weidman with better skating. And what I mean by that is he tried to move the puck around. He tried to make plays, but his decision-making was just really bad. He was creating a lot of unnecessary turnovers. And you know what? He was just kind of a pain to watch for the first couple weeks when he was getting back into it. And now, here we are today, where my opinion has once again changed. And I'm a big fan of this guy. He has been a rock star lately. He's bringing the physicality. He skates so majestically. And he currently sits 8th in total points on the team, despite only playing less than half the season. He has 23 points in 35 games, which would give him a full season worth of a 54 point pace, which would be a career high points, beating his previous total of last year at 31 points, which he did in 74 games. He's played literally less than half the games, and he's only 8 points away from his career high points. So now we look at Matheson, and he's got the same kind of offensive talent as Petry had. He skates way better. He's way more physical. And the number one thing about him is that he's from Montreal. He wants to play here. So Kent Hughes, my hat's off to you. I wasn't a fan in the beginning of this trade originally, but man, oh man, you somehow managed to flip a player who did not want to be here, had absolutely zero value, for someone who is, I forgot to mention, 7 years younger, a cheaper contract, putting up the same offensive numbers, skates way better, and most importantly, wants to be here because he's from the area and he loves Montreal. In my eyes, this trade is a steal and a half. I'm not saying Petry was not the right deal for the Penguins. I think he's playing just fine there. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. But considering the position that Kent Hughes was in, and it was still his first couple months of being a GM, this was an excellent move, and I can't wait to see what it brings in the future. Anyways, guys, that is going to be all for today's video. If you did enjoy, don't be afraid to drop a like. It would mean the world to me. And maybe if you do like these videos, drop a subscribe too. It would mean so much. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.